Let me go ahead and talk to you about the null values within arrays. Previously, you saw that this is one way of initializing an array. So this array right here currently it's empty. So you saw that if you want to add, for example, a number at a particular index, you just say numbers, for example, equals 2 and then 2. So what I want to show you is if I say south and then arrays dot to string and then pass numbers, I want to show you the default values for this primitive array. If I run this, I want you to see that we added position 0 or index 0. We added 2 in here. So the rest is filled with 0. So for primitives, the default value for arrays is 0. Similarly, if I say in here, so 2, and if I say 27, for example, run this, so you can see that now this is 27 and the rest is 0. So this is for primitives. Now, sometimes you might want to have the default values for your array to be a value other than 0. So in that case, what you can do is you can just say arrays dot and then fill. So you say numbers, and then what do you want to fill it with? I want to fill this array with -1. So if I run this now, have a look. So the default value now is -1. And then position 2 or index 2, we added 27. So this is for primitives. What about objects? So here, if I create a second array, and I'm going to say string array and then names equals to new and then string. And within here, I'm going to say that I want to have 2 or actually 3. So the same size as the other one. Now let me just say names, and within position 1, we're going to add Jamila. Now, if I duplicate this line in here and then bring it down, and instead of numbers, I'm going to print names in here. So now have a look. Actually, this is meant to be 3. Let's just say 3. So we have 3 slots as the one in here. But now have a look. So the default value now for objects is null, i.e. reference types, right? So here, this is null. Now, just bear in mind that whenever you are working with reference types, this is actually referring to an empty object, but I'm going to cover this later down. But all I want you to know that for primitives, the default value is 0. And for reference types, the default value is null in here. So obviously you could also go and fill the array. So here, if you want to fill that with something, so here, if I just duplicate this line, bring it right here, and then say names in here. There we go. And here I'm going to fill it with, for example, foo. If I run this, you should see that we have foo instead of null. This is pretty much everything for this video. If you have any questions, drop me a message. Otherwise, let's move on.